Hey guys, Bobby Hughes here with Heritage Pride Custom Firearms, and I just wanted to bring you a update video and kind of a food storage video all together. 1 year ago, 15 June, today's the 21st of June, but on the 15th of June is when I sealed up these two buckets. One bucket of all-purpose flour is about 20 pounds and 25 pounds of white rice. Now I'll put a link to the video up here somewhere, anyway, the way that I had sealed it up originally, I used these food grade buckets, recycled food grade buckets, with rubber seals, but it doesn't have the grip around it to help hold the lid on. So what I did was I actually sealed the flour in and the rice in trash bags, just some clean kitchen trash bags, and then I used hot hands as oxygen absorbers. And I had a lot of people saying, oh, if you really cared about the quality of your food, you would seal it in Mylar bags. Why use trash bags? They're not food grade. Why use hot hands? Why go through all the trouble of storing it if it's going to ruin it? And all this other stuff. And you know, I replied back with some common sense. And anyway, I just wanted to show you that the flour actually is still it's still even fluffy. It's so dry and together still. It's been 1 year. And typically, when flour sets in a flour pot or something like that, it will get to the point where it get a little clumpy. And then you have to take a sifter and you have to sift it. That's the reason why flour sifters exist, is because back in the olden days, the flour would set and they didn't have airtight containers. It would get a little bit of moisture in it, it would clump up, so you take a sifter and fluff it. It breaks it up and fluffs it out. But this flour is so, it's still so soft and so powdery, like there's no clumps in it at all. Let me see if I can get a close-up here. I mean, you got the standard flour clumps, like normal flour, but it's still light and fluffy, and I mean, it still folds like flour does. It's just, I mean, it's still perfect. And so I just wanted to do a little video, and it still smells great. There's no rancid smell to it. There's no plastic smell to it, anything. So it's sealed up perfectly for a year in a trash bag with a hot hand as an oxygen absorber. So anyone who's out there that can't afford to buy Mylar bags or can't afford to buy oxygen absorbers, you can use a trash bag. Now obviously you want it to be clean. You don't want to use a dirty trash bag. But I would say that it's perfectly fine to use a clean trash bag and hot hands. It's the same thing. So anyway, now today I actually opened it up. The reason why I opened it up was because finally, after a year, my main flour container was empty. It took me a year to use this much flour. You can tell we don't bake a whole lot. And so anyway, I needed to refill that, kind of try to rotate my stock out. And plus, I did finally find a really good deal on some Mylar bags. So I figured while I had it open, I'll just reseal it in a Mylar bag since I had them. But not that I would never seal anything in a trash bag again, because it did excellent. And you can even see on this bucket, this is the white rice. This one completely held its seal. It's actually got a concave here where that hot hand sucked all the oxygen out of this bucket, and it's completely concaved in there. So even after a year with it, it's still holding a good seal in this bucket. And I did the same thing. So I'm going to go ahead and seal these up, and just for a little FYI for you too, the crimp sealers, the clamshell sealers for the Mylar bags are really expensive. So I'm going to show you real quick how to use a iron that you iron your clothes with, just a standard household iron, and a level or a straight edge to seal your bag. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and seal it up. I've got some oxygen absorbers here. I'm going to just work my flour down here. Let it settle down in this bucket. And then I'm going to drop my oxygen absorber right in here. Take my Mylar bag over. And what I want to do is, that's plenty of oxygen absorber for this bag. I'm going to seal it a little high. Alright, I'm not going to seal it all the way down on it, because if I decide to open this up, I can reseal this bag by sealing it a little bit lower later. So I'm going to come up closer to the top, and I'm going to go ahead and seal about 3/4 of it or so with my iron. Now I've got my iron on, it's good and hot now, and I've got it set to the wool silk setting. So I'm just going to go ahead and put it on here and just drag it across. I go back again. Just make sure that I got a good seal on it. Good. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and keep as much of the oxygen out here as we can. And then I'm going to take and go at an angle with it here. Just to get come across that other seal that I just made. Just like that, and we should be sealed up nice and tight now. So now all I'm going to do is just make it neat. If you ask me, the trash bag's a lot easier. And then I'll fold it right down on top of itself. You can see there's still some air in there, but that oxygen absorber should suck that out. And then what I'm also going to do is I'm going to leave the lid off of it overnight to make sure that the oxygen absorber sucks all that oxygen out before I put the lid back on it. So we'll go ahead and set that one aside, and then I'm going to go ahead and open up the rice now, break this seal on it, and show you that there's absolutely nothing wrong with my rice. There's my hot hand oxygen absorber, and here's my rice, and it's not stuck together. There's no moisture in there. You can see this bag is still, it's nice and suction still. And then we'll go through the process of trying to open this bag of rice up, because I got to refill my rice jars. So anyway, I just wanted to show you guys that it's you know, proof that even after a year, you know, using clean trash bags and hot hands to seal up your stuff, it worked just fine. So anyway, guys, until next time, get out there, shoot some guns, be safe, and most importantly, have fun. See you guys later.